My name is Mike Richardson. I'm the group leader for the Engineering Project Delivery Group in Los Alamos National Laboratory, and I am also an electrical engineer. I grew up in a military family. My dad was an Air Force chaplain, so we moved every few years. So I got the benefit of living lots of different places, both in the States and abroad. That exposed me to quite a bit of different cultures and work ethics, and I think that diversity has helped me here at LANL because there's a lot of different people, scientists, and engineers coming from all around the world working together, do amazing things. So it's good to have some diversity and knowledge of different cultures working here. Growing up, I was interested in my dad's tools early on. I loved taking things apart, and I often did not put them back together. I built go karts and boats and just my own toys in elementary school, and my parents said that I would be an engineer in my career. However, I thought that was someone who drove trains. I really didn't know that what an engineer was until high school. But my parents were very patient with me and encouraged me, even though all their appliances were in pieces growing up. I think that patience and encouragement ultimately led me to engineering. Some of my high school classes, I did enjoy shop class. I did enjoy the sciences, math. Honestly, I think high school is really just a way to prove that you're able to learn and to get into college. And then again, I think college is a way to prove that you're able to learn and help you get your first job. The most valuable part of high school actually wasn't science related. I do think it was technical writing. Technical writing is probably the most important. It is the most important skill in my current job, and I would argue that it's probably a very important skill in most jobs. And it's one that I struggled with the most, but I think it offered the most benefit in the end. So, for my specific job, I do need a professional engineering license and a bachelor's in engineering. I do have those. I have actually two engineering degrees and I'm licensed in two states. But I don't put a lot of value in licenses or certifications. I feel like that those things show that you're capable of learning, which is important in getting a job, but doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to perform better than somebody that doesn't have those licenses. So, in our group, we hire both degreed and non-degreed engineers, and some of our best engineers are don't have degrees and don't have licenses. But I'll tell you, if you're looking for a job, it's best to have that evidence of ability to learn, aka those certifications and degrees. I try to be very genuine and honest with people. I look out for ways to equip people to where they feel proud of what they do and they're excited to come to work. Not everybody gets that. It might be a rarity, but you spend a third of your life working. I think true success is when you view it as a hobby and you really enjoy it, even if you weren't being paid for it, you would still want to do something similar. So I try to find ways to match people with that feeling to where they're happy coming to work. And I enjoy building relationships with people, learning about their stories and their past history and their aspirations for working in our group and what they hope to achieve. I have had a pretty exciting career so far, and I'm very thankful for that. I started with the Air Force. The Air Force paid for my school, my undergraduate as an electrical engineer in Virginia Tech. And I worked for them as a student intern for 2 years following graduation to pay them back. During that time, I learned a little bit about design engineering and maintenance engineering, and then I left and moved overseas to work for the intelligence community, building some of their secure facilities where they operate out of. So uh, from between England and Hawaii, Germany, Korea, on the DMZ. Um, I've I've been in Afghanistan, Kuwait, Iraq, just building up these forward operating bases, as you would call them, where intel guys do collections and minister information to the warfighter. That consumed my career for the better of 10, 11 years. And with all that travel and my family getting a little older, I decided it was time to move on and settle down to a remote town on the top of a hill that nobody has ever heard of where I was from. So once I found Los Alamos on a map, I moved out here, and now I am working in engineering services under the Engineering Project Delivery Group, uh, building, maintaining facilities for Los Alamos National Laboratory. So my favorite part of my job is not having a typical day at work. I can spend all day in front of a computer. Those are not my favorite days by any means. I can spend a whole day trampling around in mud and looking above suspended ceilings and under raised floors and in tunnels, trying to figure out problems and document ways to solve them. I can spend time with employees and work out issues that are preventing them from feeling successful at their job. So every day is different, and I think that is primarily why I enjoy my job. I have worked in lots of different engineering positions as government engineers, design engineers, private sector, planners. I've done most of those engineering jobs, but I think my true passion and calling is engineering management. I enjoy mentoring. I enjoy building up young engineers and pointing them in the right direction. If it's in facility engineering, my field, or if it's another field that is of interest to them more, I enjoy making those matches and helping them be successful.